Welcome to United Matters channel. How are you guys? And where you watching us from? You know how we do it, guys. It's always the match build-up, and the match build-up obviously consists of the following: the confirmed starting 11 of the team that Ten Hag is gonna hate to name, it here onto the Rokani, onto the United Matters channel. Down in Spain, where we need a must-win to go on and really beat Rio Sociedad by the first position of this group. And obviously, we have to go ahead and win by a margin of a certain difference into this game of football as far as Manchester United is concerned, because this is a must-win. We need to go on and really bury to avoid another game tie. To me, the main reason as to why we should go ahead and really win this game by difference of 2-0 is simple. I don't want to see us play another double tie in February. That's it. I believe all the teams that really came down into the UEFA Europa League from the Champions League, we can really beat them. Who doubts it? I believe we can eliminate Barcelona. We can beat Barcelona and get them out of that round of 32, or that playoff round. We can beat Juventus. We can beat Ajax. We can beat Shakhtar Donetsk. Which other team is threatening? Bayern Liverpool. So we can beat all those teams, guys. So my main concern for us not to go on and really lose this game and not see ourselves winning it by a difference of 2-0 is simple. I want to see Manchester United not playing those two games, because it will be really a very huge number of games. At least let's start on the round of 32 and obviously keep our players fit and try to see what the season is having for Manchester United as far as the UEFA Europa League is concerned. I'm not afraid. Because even if you don't face them, you might face them on the round of 16. You know, that's really so. The starting 11 of Manchester United is up there on the screen: David De Gea, Lindelof, Lisandro Martinez, Ronaldo Cristiano, Bruno Fernandes Borges, Ericsson, Casemiro, Diego Dallo, Shaw, Dan Van de Beek, Garnacho, Alejandro. Substitutes: Dubravka, Vitek, Harry Maguire, Malacia, Wan-Bissaka, Freddy, Zidane Iqbal, Scott McTominay, Pelestri, Elanga, Rashford, and Shora Shoretire. They are really starting in the lineup of Manchester United. Thank you, Nachtende Esther, for being one of those that has really flocked the comment section of the live chat to really go ahead and really tell me your views as far as this game of football is concerned. You've gone ahead to let me know that Nachtende Esther has told us that Donny has a chance to prove himself if he will play against Aston Villa on Sunday. Obviously, the place is up for him to grab against Aston Villa. The manager trusted him to go on and really play a very huge role today, but I believe he is really being played in one of the games. You expect Donny van Beek to go on and really execute the best from himself. Why? He's the best number 10 we have. Him and Ericsson are the best number 10s we have. Him, Ericsson, Casemiro, that has been the midfield has been praying for to really have at Manchester United. I've been really praying for this midfield of Casemiro, Ericsson, and Donny van Beek, and thank God I'm going to have a look at it. My eyeballs are really going to watch it today. The eye test is really going to be nice. And I believe Donny van Beek is going to pass the eye test today. He's really going to be very flamboyant, and he's really going to be so much important in that central attacking midfield area. I think he's going to orchestrate to Bruno how things are done. He is going to release the likes of Ronaldo, Bruno Fernandes, Alejandro Garnacho on time. He doesn't go in for a worldie. He goes in for a perfect pass, and his interplay and his one-touch passing is really great for Manchester United. His IQ is way up there. Line-breaking passes. He's really good at those, and I believe he's really going to do a very good job in that. So Nachtende Esther is telling me that, but that lineup, they like to don't be speedy and we need to attack. No, I really argue with someone who comes and say that there is no speed in this lineup. You see, speed is not onto the midfield. The speed is in the wide areas. You can't tell me that Bruno is not fast. Bruno is fast. You can't tell me that Alejandro Garnacho is not fast. Alejandro Garnacho is fast. So when you look at Diego Dallo and Luke Shaw coming in from from the fullback positions to come in and really add themselves to the attacking force of Manchester United. All those are really attacking options. They are fast. One thing you should expect in this game is quick passing and having total control of the game. I think that's what Ten Hag has really gone in for. And he has gone in for brilliancy of the highest order. And I believe these players are really going to go ahead and not ashame the manager and really get us the best that we deserve from this result. Let me show you the pace where it's going to come in through Madame Nachitende Esther. One, Luke Shaw, Delo, very fast wing backs for Manchester United. This guy, Danny Van Beek, he's not fast like running, but he has a quick pass in him. You get? His game reading is way up the ordinary. His football intelligence is unquestionable. And he's really going to be one of the threats into this team of Manchester United. Alejandro Garnacho is fast, according to me. He's fast. He's fast. And why is he really ranked fast, in my opinion, is he is even fast with the ball. We've seen players, when they are really without the ball, they are fast, but without the ball, they are not fast. But Alejandro Garnacho is fast with the ball. Even Bruno, and the coming in of Bruno is all about Johnny Van Beek releasing him and giving him a very good ball to really give Ronaldo a perfect cross. I believe our game plan today is to really see Ronaldo getting more headers as possible from Bruno Fernandes, Diego Delo, Luke Shaw, and Alejandro Garnacho. That's it. I believe that's the game plan of Ten Hag into this game of football against Soceidad. Now, Ericsson too is really going to switch so much a lot onto the Bruno side, because this is the side that is really going to win the game for us in the first half, yet win this game. Why? Bruno doesn't do a lot on the ball. He just wants to get that ball, and we've seen him really finding a perfect cross each and every time they give him that ball in time. Remember the goal Ronaldo scored against Sheffield at Old Trafford, the third one. It was a perfect cross brought in by Bruno and Ronaldo headed it home. The goalkeeper really fisted it into the area where Ronaldo was, and Ronaldo went for the near post, and it went to the back of the net. That's the beauty of Bruno. And remember, even I think those minutes he plays as a right wing, he brought in close to 3 crosses. Do you remember the one cross that Rashford really headed over the bar? There is another one that even Scott McTominay headed. So I believe Bruno can really get us a minimum of 7 crosses if at all he plays 90 minutes. And I believe he's going to play 90 minutes. Reason being, he's not going to play over the weekend against Aston Villa. So I believe the game plan of Ten Hag to kill off this game of football is on the right attacking side of the midfield with Bruno and Diego Delo. When you go to this side where there is Alejandro Garnacho, you expect the following to happen. You expect the following to happen on this side. Now, Alejandro Garnacho, for him, he is a guy with a good skill set who is really going to go ahead and really sit down players like we've already seen. This is the trademark of Alejandro Garnacho, and the reason as to why we always call for him to come in here, it's because he is a player good at really sitting down players, and that is his trademark. Now, if you're having in Bruno Fernandes, who is good at crossing in the balls, and the side Alejandro Garnacho, who really takes off players, it's obviously a very good balance with the sides. Reason being, Alejandro Garnacho will always go into the half spaces, and obviously Luke Shaw will either occupy this wide area or the inside tunnels, provided, all depending on Alejandro Garnacho's position. But we saw Alejandro Garnacho tearing apart Shelf. That's it. Then there is a call I've always made from our wing backs, our fullbacks. In the game of West Ham, Luke Shaw averaged 5 crosses in the box of the 18 yards box area of the opponent. Diego Delo averaged like 3-4, especially in the first half. Now, I want to see them creating more. That's it. I want to see Diego Delo crossing close, averaging 10 crosses in the entire 90 minutes, targeting this man Ronaldo. The same applies to Luke Shaw. I want to see him cross 10 balls in the 18 yards box area of Real Sociedad, targeting Ronaldo, because that is the biggest weapon of Ronaldo that you are having. And it's always so much shameful when you are having one of the best headers of the ball in the world with his perfect neck powering and not utilizing him. I believe this is the time we utilize Ronaldo a lot. Teams in Spanish La Liga are not so good at defending aerial duels. That's it. That's it. Aerial duels, they are really sick. What do we have to do? We have to see our fullbacks getting in crosses like never before. We need close to 10 crosses. 10 crosses from Diego Danilo, 10 crosses from Luke Shaw. If these two can only average 10 in the entire 90 minutes, trust me, this man can bang in a hat-trick using his head. That's it. He can bang in a hat-trick. Now, if we get 20 from our fullbacks, Bruno can get us like 6. If Bruno gets us like 6, those are like 26 crosses. If out of the 26 crosses, brought in pinpointing at Ronaldo, we get off 6 accurate crosses. 6 accurate crosses. Obviously, Ronaldo will get us a hat-trick. That's it. Now, if we leave that alone, you can even see Ronaldo coming in through and really helping you to go on and redo the needful in this area. When Danny Van Beek releases him, Alejandro Garnacho releases him, Eriksson can do that. You get even Casemiro can do that. He has that line-breaking pass from afar. You've seen it very many times, and that's why he has been voted the Manchester United player for the month of October. If you never know, that is it. And we are really good to go. First goal is important. We shouldn't allow Rio Sociedad to come in here and really get the first goal. But someone is asking me to go on and show him the lineup of a team which goes by the names of Rio Sociedad. And here it is. Sociedad has gone with Alex Miro in goal, Gorozabel right back, Nomad and Pacheco, they are playing into the central defense. Rico left back, Mendes, Zubendi and Merino playing as the 3-man midfield. Then Marin, obviously playing as a central midfielder. With Solth, you know him very well, very much linked to Manchester United, and he never came to our side. Then Fernandez are leading the line for Rio Sociedad. Rio Sociedad are having close to 7 players out, injured. Notables, Ozabayel, you know him, he plays for Spain. Silva is out, and obviously the Japanese Kubo. Is it Tubo? Kubo. One of those two names. That's his name. So that guy is totally out of this game of football, and we are really having a chance. So I believe in United to go on and really annihilate this side of Rio Sociedad. That's it. My prediction is 3-0. If you watched my match preview, I told you that my prediction is 3-0. I don't know what you think your prediction is. My prediction is 3-0. And that is really going to help us happen very quickly if we get an early goal, especially in the first 10 minutes of the game, such that this team opens up very well. When you look at their system, the manager is going to sit a little bit back. You see these 3 midfielders? That shows you that he's playing with a 7-man central defense. That's it. He's playing with a 7-man central defense. He's going to tell them, however much we play expansive football, we play proactive football, like Erik ten Hag explained in the pre-match press conference, but attack reservedly. Let's just wait for a chance and kill it off. That's it. But we shouldn't allow them get into this game. From the word go, we should run more than them. We should press them high off the pitch. We should create chances for Cristiano Ronaldo and see him score. However much we know he's frustrated, but he can beat these ones. We can beat these ones. I believe in the first game we played at Old Trafford, the reason was we had not yet grasped the patterns, sequences of Erik ten Hag, not even 40%. But I believe we at 40% right now. By the time we played Sociedad, I think we were at 20% or 15% as far as grasping Ten Hag's style of play is concerned. But right now, the team has almost got to know one another. And when you look at these players, they are almost regulars in every game we've been playing. Look at this. In the last 5 games, David De Gea has been a constant. Diego Del has been a constant. Victor Lindelof has played like 3 games. Lisandro Martinez has been a constant. Luke Shaw has been a constant. Casemiro has been a constant. Eriksen has been a constant. Fernandes has been a constant. And Ronaldo too has been coming on and off, but obviously he's part of this, meaning that out of the players that have not played very many games under this team, Alejandro Garnacho has only played like 3, and his main game he played it last Thursday at Old Trafford when we beat Sheffield by 3-0. Donny van Beek returning from injury, and obviously he is trying to prove himself, as Nachitende Esther came out and told us that they are trying to go on and really prove themselves into this game of football. So as you see that lineup, I feel a 3-win, 0-win written all over this game for Manchester United. Let no one really lie to you that we can't kill off this game. I believe Ten Hag has come in with the right mentality. The players are really having the right mentality to go on and really kill off this game. So guys, smash the like button, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss on the stories that we do upload in here on a daily. So lots of things to talk about. I've seen lots of the things had really quoted onto my work plan in my notebook, as you see it here. This is my notebook that I always come in through with to note things concerning the game. I've seen you guys going ahead to throw questions concerning them, so I think it's not even worth for me to come out and really talk about them, yet you're having questions about them. Why don't I jet into your questions and react to them, apparently, as you guys continue to flood them into what we call the comment section. So let me go straight into your questions up here. I remember the first 2 of Nachitende Esther. I really answered them. Not so Esther, I think I answered them. Now, let me start with Issa Video Ronald Molinda. Can't wait to see the all-awaited Donny van Beek. Me too. I'm delighted because I believe he's the best that we have. Considering that, why not all of us be delighted for having Donny van Beek back? And if at all you are delighted to see Donny van Beek back for Manchester United, and smash the like button, smash it like never before, because he is really the right man to be playing that position. And I believe Ten Hag has a lot of belief in him. He knows his capabilities, and obviously this is the game to prove himself, like Nachitende Esther told us at the beginning of this live, that he needs to prove himself that he is the right man for that position. Not so. That's what I really believe at all in this guy who goes by the names of Donny van Beek, but I believe he's going to have a very good game of football. Then Thomas Donko, greetings from Ghana. Thank you, Thomas. How is Ghana? And thank you for always being that regular suspect onto my lives and premieres that I will upload on this channel. Then Issa Video Ronald Molinda, Bruno needed a rest. What rest does he need when he's really not going to play a game on the weekend? He doesn't need the rest. He doesn't need the rest. He's not going to play the game of Aston Villa. If I told you never knew, let me bring you up to speed. He's not going to be part of the game against Aston Villa after getting a 5th yellow card in the 12th match of the Premier League. In the Premier League, if at all you get 5 yellow cards in the first 12 games of the season, you obviously get suspended, and he is suspended for the Aston Villa game. So I saw no reason for him being rested. He'll rest, I think, because if he doesn't play on Sunday, that means he'll rest on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. 6 days of rest not playing competitive football, and obviously return when you're playing Aston Villa in the Carabao Cup at Old Trafford. Not so. I think it's good for him to play. We shouldn't rest him. Nachitende Esther, they could have started Rashford than Ronaldo to win in the first half. I believe that the lack of very many players, the absentia of Anton Martial, and Jadon Sancho has forced the manager to go on and put Rashford on the bench to have a plan B of the game. That's it. Rashford is on the bench to have a plan B of the game. Why? You saw it at the beginning of the second half against Sheffield when the game was 1-0. What did the manager do? He really decided to go on and play with a 4-1-3-2, with Casemiro playing as a single pivot. Then Bruno switched onto the right. Alejandro Garnacho switched onto the left. Then Eriksen was moved further to play as a central attack midfielder. And Rashford with Ronaldo led the line. And we had 2 center forwards. Now, The manager just wants to see the game situation. And I believe it's a very good plan for the manager. How do you get all your guns out? If me, I cannot do it. I cannot get all my guns out, yet I'm going to really be facing one of the teams that really is good at really playing proactive football. And Spanish sides, they are technically gifted. Even Casemiro hinted about it into the press conference before this game yesterday. He knows these sides, they are really good as far as technical abilities are concerned. So I believe that of Rashford is okay. 100% agree with the manager, that is Erik ten Hag. Have Rashford on the bench. Second half, if at all you are really like one goal down, or one goal up, or you've already scored a goal, you can introduce Marcus Rashford to add on another layer of threat. Him coming in through will help us a lot when these players are tired, by the way. He'll run them over, and obviously being good at headers, because I've scored 2 headers in his previous 2 games, he can also come in and redo the needful, provided the crosses are really brought into the field of play very, very well. So I believe it's a very good plan for Erik ten Hag. I don't know what you think about it, but I really see it as a very good positive. Then Rajat Valecha, hey, what's good, bro? United is going to play Soceidad in the game that they need to go ahead and win. That's the only good thing we are on here. And then you've told me that put the balls to Ronaldo. Yeah, they need to put the balls to Ronaldo. To me, I believe that Ronaldo has dropped off. That's it. But even if he drops off, you can't drop off in that manner once and for all. The drop off goes on occasionally increasing. That's what I meant. As you see a player increasing in his form and abilities on the field of play, scoring goals, now Ronaldo has reached the breaking even point. He can just maintain what he has been doing or really diminish. And I believe he's gone past that level of really maintaining what has been doing. I believe he'll be that player that can get you 20 goals a season. That's it. And I believe today is really going to be a very good, huge game. And Ronaldo is a man who always proves people wrong in such games. Every time his team needs him, he comes out and really provides the best that the team requires from him. So I believe Cristiano Ronaldo is really going to be a very pivotal player into this game of football. Then Thomas Donko, this game will be midfield battle. But I see no midfield battle here. You guys, we are having a stronger side than Soceidad. Soceidad is not having close to 4 or 5 starters in its team. We have to go ahead and even just annihilate them. We have to destroy them today. And if at all we don't, it will be a statement said to Erik ten Hag that this player's mentality can't go ahead and really get you a win that you want. That's it. But when you look at the experience we are having on the field of play, oh my God, we are really going to go ahead and really annihilate them. Casemiro, Eriksen, Ronaldo, Donny van Beek, that midfield only can create chances that are going to be water powering in front of Ronaldo, and it's going to be Ronaldo to decide whether to score or not. And I believe today might be Ronaldo's best game ever this season because of that 3-man midfield of Eriksen, Casemiro, and Donny van Beek. If you know it, you know it. How good these players are. They are totally good. Good at one-touch passing, good at releasing the wide players, and good at releasing the center forward. Donny van Beek himself is good at really finding that final pass to release the center forward in Ronaldo. And Donny has been doing that for years, though ever since he came in at Manchester United, they've always denied him the opportunity to play into that position. I think the only game he played in that position was in the game of Wolverhampton Wanderers when we beat them 2-1 ahead of our UEFA Europa League finale that we lost to Villarreal. You remember that very well? I think you remember that very well. He went ahead and played there. He created, I think, one, and obviously created one, I think, that penalty that Juan Mata scored in the dying minutes. He was the one that was forward into that box, in the Tina's box area of Wolverhampton Wanderers. So it shows you the qualities that are in this guy. He has the minerals and the ingredients to play into that position. He's in that levels of Eriksen. So I believe you're really going to be having a very good midfield today to win us this game of football. So I don't see a midfield battle. These people, the only thing they can do is to really break our game for us. But the passing bit, we are going to pass them off the park. That's it. It's really going to be a passing game, but with a lot of speed and intensity. That's what I would believe. Thomas Donko, this game will be midfield battle. All right, I've responded to that. Semanda Muzamiru, we are to win, but Ronaldo would have started on the bench. To me, I believe he should start this game. He should start it because he has been starting all the way for Europa League games. Secondly, it's one of those games that can help him get back to the levels we know he's supposed to be, give himself confidence and score those goals. I believe that the longer Ronaldo takes without scoring goals is the longer he's really going to be in this first situation. But the earlier he goes ahead to really kill off games like these and score goals, he's really going to get himself into a more confident and comfortable situation. Every time he gets that ball, he's really going to gain his confidence. Because look at the game of Chelsea. You remember that ball that Rashford really released to him? He decided to go, I think it was the game of West Ham. He never played the game of Chelsea. In the game of West Ham, Ronaldo releases him. He tries to go for a tight angle, but obviously the Ronaldo of last season would have gone ahead and scored that. If you remember, the goal he scored against Spurs at their stadium in London, you wouldn't come out and really not criticize Ronaldo for not having scored that goal against West Ham. It's something that he should really find early enough. Going into the World Cup right now, he needs to get onto the firing level. We want goals from Ronaldo. We want goals from Ronaldo. And starting him is the best option. Reason being, you are resting Rashford because, in the game of Aston Villa, I believe it's going to be Rashford to lead the line. That's it. So you are resting Ronaldo, you are resting Rashford, he will come on and play like 45 minutes. Then later, he will do the needful and Ronaldo will come off or stay on the field of play, depending on the game situation. But starting him, to me, it's okay. It's good that Rashford will come in second half. Yeah, it's good for him to come in the second half. Reason being, you don't have to get all your guns out at once. You have to keep, if at all you've been playing, let me give you an example. I think all of us here have played cards. You know cards? Cards? We keep the cards in our chest. So what happens to you if at all you really keep flashing your cards to your opponent? That means your opponent will know that when I put on this card, it's going to bring this one, and then I have the remaining cards, and then it will be game over. That's what Ten Hag is doing. He's keeping some cards in his chest. But I believe he's having players that have known Spanish La Liga a lot, the likes of David De Gea, Casemiro, Cristiano Ronaldo, Facundo Pellistri. I believe we are destined to a win today. That's it. And a win that's going to see us top the table. Then I'm having Semanda Muzamir. Since when Sir Alex Ferguson left, we are now having a coach, not a manager. Yeah, he's both. He's both. He's a coach and he's a manager. And by the Alex Ferguson was not a coach. No one lied to you. He was a manager because he used to get an assistant manager who was good at coaching. That's it. And he adapted so much to the current game situation that was happening in that particular period of time. He would make his research. I know that the game of football has shifted from being a system of 4-4-2. They've shifted to a 4-3-3. Then he could find a manager who could really coach his players to play like that. And that is Ferguson for you. He was just a very good manager. And obviously, Jose Mourinho tried to replicate that, but that's the reason as to why he's suffering right now, because things have changed. Right now, to be a successful manager, you need to be a coach. You need to be a hands-on coach. You need to go onto the field and obviously orchestrate to the players that I want ABCD, like what Ten Hag is really doing. So thank you very much, Semanda Muzamiru, for really coming in through. Then I'm having Thomas Donko. Oh God, the way Casemiro is playing, convince Frank de Jong as next summer too. I've first done a story today. If I told you how to check my recent videos, that United are going to are in the race or have revived their interest to sign Jude Bellingham. So I believe United can go ahead and really spend 100 million to bring in Jude Bellingham, not Frankie de Jong. That's it. Because Jude Bellingham is an English player. But I believe Frankie de Jong is a better fit for Manchester United. That's it. He knows what Ten Hag really wants. And if at all you put him in that team, when you're having Donny van Beek, Casemiro, Eriksson, and Frankie de Jong, those 4 midfielders are really Champions League can create what we call a Champions League winning midfield. Casemiro, Frankie de Jong, Eriksson, Bruno Fernandes, and Donny van Beek. Guys, that is an overdose to every midfield in the world. I really believe it's an overdose, guys. It's an overdose. Frankie de Jong, Casemiro, Bruno Fernandes, Donny van Beek, and Eriksson. Don't even make me think about it. The moment we have Frankie to that midfield, I'll just declare my team as Premier League winners and obviously Champions League winners. Because if you're having them in the midfield, which team can dominate you? Even if you're playing Man City, they can't dominate you. When you're having De Jong and Casemiro playing in a double pivot, then Eriksson or Donny van Beek playing ahead of them. Guys, that's a done league. That's a done Champions League title. That's it. It's a done deal, guys. So I believe Frankie de Jong joins us. That's what I really believe. I want to see him join because I've seen a story. They want to, Barcelona are really working on to bring another central defense midfielder. That means they're not trusting his services and they're really looking at Jorginho. They're looking at Ruben Neves, meaning that they are not even sure of him being a better pivot player. So Xavi doesn't trust him. I believe Frankie de Jong gets his sense and understands that, please, I'm not wanted here. Let me go to Manchester United where I'm wanted. And I believe the project of Erik ten Hag is now more convincing to Frankie de Jong than how it was when we had not signed the following players: Eriksson, Casemiro, Anthony, and very many others. I believe it's so much convincing to him, and he might find it a more interesting point to come in through and play for Manchester United. Then Prince Odion, we are winning the game 3-0. There is nothing like midfield battle. That's it. Yeah, that's what I've told Thomas Donko, that our midfield is world class. Eriksson, Casemiro, and Donny van Beek, comparing them to the midfield of Real Sociedad, that midfield battle is already won. It's already won because they are really brilliant at passing that ball. You get? You're going to see the best passing of United we've never seen today, ever. Didn't you guys come out and really... Don't you guys remember what happened against Chelsea, against Everton, against Soceidad, against West Ham, and other games that we've been playing very well, and that ball distribution was really apt? But guys, today, clean your eyes, don't sleep. In the next 21 minutes, you're going to see what's going to be happening with the field of play. That midfield is really going to annihilate, unless otherwise Ronaldo won't just score. But Ronaldo is going to get the best that he really deserves. That's it. Especially from that midfield. Creativity is what that midfield is really going to be all about. Thomas Donko, oh God, the way Casemiro is playing. All right, we need more. Yeah, Frankie de Jong. If at all you tell me Frankie de Jong over Bellingham, I take Frankie de Jong. You guys, if you've seen Frankie de Jong play, you just get to know that in our midfield, he's just the missing piece to complete our midfield jigsaw. That's it. And when they come, people like Freddie and Scott McTominay might not find themselves into that team any time again, because they are really great. And I'm having Nachitende Esther. He's telling me that De Jong is better. Obviously, De Jong is a better player than Jude Bellingham. You know, there is this English hype on Jude Bellingham that maybe he will come at Manchester United. But why do you spend £100 million on Jude Bellingham when you're having Frankie de Jong that can cost you 60 million pounds and is better? And by the way, there are very many other better players that are better than Jude Bellingham in that position. Can I give you an example? If you've been watching Benfica in the Champions League, have you watched that number 13 of Benfica? He goes by the names of Enzo Fernandez. To get you back, Ralf Rangnick, the former interim manager of Manchester United, had really listed him on the list that in the list of players United should sign in the summer, and that is Enzo Fernandez. If you've seen him play in the Champions League, he has gone ahead to be one of the best players I've seen. And if I told you saw him playing against PSG, he sent he sent the varieties out of that midfield. That midfield of Benfica. He was really dominant. He dominated them. I believe Enzo Fernandez is better than Jude Bellingham. There is even another player. There's players like Tinali. They are better. For me to bring in Jude Bellingham, I go for Yuri Tielemans at Leicester City. I believe he's a better player. But the problem that he's having is he's not playing at a higher level. He's playing at Leicester City. Trust me, when Tielemans get out of Leicester City and goes either to Arsenal, Liverpool, Manchester United, or Man City, any of those big teams, people are going to realize how good this player is. But he's not being given the flowers he deserves as a result of him playing for a team which goes by the names of Leicester City. That's it. Then I'm having Nachitende Esther. Bellingham is expensive compared to De Jong. Yeah, he's expensive. I believe we can go ahead and really get in De Jong other than him. Then Semanda is telling me I'm tired of English players. Look at Sancho. For me, I'm not tired about English players. I'm not tired of English players. I want us to sign an English player who is of quality and of the required amount of money. Sancho has not yet flopped at Manchester United, you guys. I believe the season started off when Sancho was playing very well. But I think there is a drop-off, and that drop-off has been caused by maybe his discipline at Manchester United. I believe he's not even ill, according to me, but the manager wants to put him into the perfect order at the club. And I think Sancho is going to be one of the brilliant players. And who really made Sancho get all this drop-off? It's Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer went ahead to sign a player at £73 million, and he never started him. How do you sign a player of £73 million and you coach close to 12 games and you've not yet started him in any game? He was coming in from the bench. That's out. That's out. So I believe Ten Hag is really going to get the best out of Sancho because Sancho is typically a kind of player that Ten Hag really likes. The same applies to Donny van Beek. I believe they are going to be having a better game. And secondly, one thing that is costing all those wingers you saw of Manchester United is the centre forward we are playing with. To me, my only prayers are that Anton Martial keeps fit. He has returned. He's training very well, though he is not part of this squad that we travel to Spain. But I want you to see how these midfielders are going to be playing when Martial is leading the line. You're going to see them expressing themselves more differently. That's why you saw Sancho, Rashford play well from the wide areas in the preseason because Martial was leading that line. Him leading that line, he gives them a lot of space to go on and really get involved into the game. And Martial is not selfish. What Martial gives you in the field of play, Ronaldo doesn't give it to you. Ronaldo doesn't create himself chances. Ronaldo will want chances to come to him. Ronaldo can't really get that ball and really take off players from far. Martial can do it. Martial can release from anywhere of the pitch. He drops deep inside the midfield and he can really find out a pass and obviously let the likes of Sancho play. If I don't remember that game that Sancho scored in the preseason against Crystal Palace, it shows you exactly why Martial is really a better player for the Ten Hag system. You saw how he dropped deep. After dropping deep, he passed into Rashford. Rashford released Luke Shaw. Then Luke Shaw did a cutback to find Sancho, and Sancho banged it into the back of the net. And that game of Crystal Palace in the preseason friendly, where we beat them by 3-1, the 2 goals we scored after Martial put us ahead in the first half, the one of Jadon Sancho and the one of Danny, was it Danny van Beek? It was who? It was Marcus Rashford. You see how he is unselfish, how he gets his other players into play. This is where we come up with the saying that there is a player that can make all players around him better. That's what Martial does. Ronaldo doesn't make the players around him better. That's it. Because he only feeds on their service. They don't feed on his service. That's it. That's what Ronaldo does. Then Nachitende Esther, I don't trust Ronaldo, who is still living in the past. Yeah, you're right. I also don't trust him. I also don't trust him because he doesn't feed other players. He doesn't involve other players into play. He doesn't bring them into play. That's why I don't trust him. That's why in all my analysis that I've been giving concerning the lineup that Erik ten Hag has brought, I was telling you that Ronaldo should be fed. not Ronaldo to create. If Martial comes back and he starts in the starting 11, you'll hear me here in the match build-up telling you that Martial should get his other players into play a lot, because that's his best attribute that he gives to Manchester United that Ronaldo can't write about now. Then I'm having Thomas Donko. For me, I don't like English players. It's all about hype. See Sancho, I think, guys, we are going a little bit over the sleeve on Sancho. This season, Sancho has gone ahead to create like 2 assists and 3 goals. He has been playing very well. But in the previous 3, ever since, I think it started on the game of Man City, that's when he started to drop off totally. He dropped off totally. That's it. But obviously, I want to come out and really put my hand for Sancho. Sancho is going to get back, guys. He's going to get back. He's going to get back. And sometimes I would like to see the manager play him on the right side. You get? I would like to see him play on the right side. And I would like to see our wingers switch wings, like Sancho cross to the right, Anthony cross to the left, Anthony crosses to the right, like that. Let's create that chemistry. Yeah? I miss it. I want to see it at the club. Then Issa Abidie, Ronald Molinda, Martial is injury prone. That's the problem. To me, I believe he gave us the reason as to why he's injury prone. I believe his body was really not cared for a lot during those seasons under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, and he came out and told that he was played in very many games of football and was injured. And he's not the only player that suffered that. Rashford was a culprit. You see, Paul Pogba is going to miss out on the World Cup because of that. He never always returned in the perfect time when he's supposed to return, meaning that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer always hurried him to return to come back on the field of play. So these players have been really suffering a lot. The same applies to Luke Shaw. But I believe right now that they're really going to be better players and give us the best that we deserve as a team of Manchester United. Thank you guys for watching in. Smash the like button, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, lower right bottom corner, that's where it's supposed to be, and tell me what you think about this game of football. My prediction is 3-0. I don't know what your predictions are, but keep them flowing into the live chat as we end this video. Rokan David is my name. Thank you, Thomas Donko. Issa Abidie Molinda, thank you. Nachitend Esther, thank you. Muzamiru Semanda, thank you for watching in. Prince Odion, thank you for watching in. I'm having Rajat Valecha, thank you for watching in. Issa Abidie, thank you for watching in. Who else I've not mentioned? I think I've mentioned you guys. And I'm going to return as usual after the game. Not so. I'm going to return after the game with what we call the match reaction and highlights that would have happened in this game of football of Real Sociedad. But let's believe that we are coming back here when we are topping the table. Not so? That's it. I'm out.